Good morning, Bubble Butts, and welcome to the Poopcast. Today, I'm your host, Jared, along with my co-host, Amelia. We're going to be leading you through some sensual adventures through the wild, detailing our deep experiences and really bringing you along for the ride. So sit back, relax, loosen up a little, and enjoy the Poopcast. Alright, poopers and peers. Now, before we get started, I'm just gonna have to ask you guys to maybe lay off the pooping, the farting, the peeing. Get any last ones out you have to. Nice. That was a good choice for breakfast. Alright. Let's get straight into it. Amelia?
Okay. So to start off the day, we were doing the fire song that she taught us how to play and sing. I personally didn't use an instrument. I just kind of sang. I found it interested me more. It was really awesome getting to see how she was starting the fire. Even though she didn't end up being able to light it at first. We didn't give up, and we played the fire song for even longer, and she ended up getting it going after the second time around.
It was a very bold experience being out there, getting to, just participate in something so grounding and really just bringing you back to where you were. I got to use one of the instruments there. I got to shake a maraca. Very entertaining. And I thought it was fun to try and keep rhythm with everybody, just a further, chance to engage with the community.
I personally decided for that experience that I wanted to go barefoot. She gave us the option since her property is very safe, and she just overall gave us such a welcoming time. The whole place was gorgeous, and it had the nice smell of after rain.
Yeah, it was quite a gorgeous property, very well maintained.
After we did some grounding experiences, I made a burn bowl, and I found that very fun because it was a bit difficult at first. You had to know what were the right coals to grab. Often the ones that you would want would be the white ones. You really didn't want to grab the ones that you'd think you'd want to. It's the ones that look like they've already finished burning.
Cool. Was cutting out the logs or anything like that any bit of a struggle, or was it pretty optimized?
I myself didn't do any of the cutting of the logs. Actually, I left that up to the guys there. I just kind of stood there and watched them. It was quite a fun experience.
Oh, so you had your shape cut for you.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. I didn't do a burn bowl personally. I was more engaged with the fire starting kit. That was a very, unique thing to get a hold of, and very, very practical. If I got lost in the wild, having the ability, the knowledge to make one, just I couldn't possibly pass it up. So,
How was it for you finding the stick for your bow drill kit?
I thought I found some nice ones, but you actually found my best one. You found the perfect stick for me, which was just, delightful. Getting to explore the property with you also. I guess just kind of going into the kit making process. it was pretty engaging. I spent a lot of time on the bow for it. I even carved a little animal into it, just to add a little flavor to it. And then I think personally my least favorite part of it was just the burn block at the end, because I wasn't quite caught up, so I needed to spend a lot more time fixing up a few things that I should have been quicker on.
I think my least favorite part had to be when I was carving out my burn bowl before I was able to put the coals in. I found that very difficult.
Gorgeous. Alright, any final thoughts?
No, thank you.
Alright. Alright, liquids and loggers. And even you pellet droppers too. Thanks for experiencing episode 1 with us. We're gonna transition to episode 2 now. Oh. That was a good one, but just hold on a little longer, okay? Thank you. Alright, so we're gonna enter into episode 2. We're gonna start to get real nice and acquainted with it. So, we're talking about the Caravan Theater. I'm gonna pass it over to my co-host Amelia.
Hi, so I found the Caravan Theater a very, lovely experience. It's honestly one of my, favorite, field trips we've gone on. I just feel like it was, super easy for me to listen to the stories we were being told and to keep going with it, and, not once did I find myself off in my own world or anything. It just overall was a really joyful experience.
Absolutely. I've never been to the Caravan Theater before, but the property was just absolutely lovely, and of course we showed up on a beautiful day, so we got to kind of experience it in full. Getting to, be guided just by a headset is it's a completely different experience than having a tour guide with you, or a speaker, It's like I have my own personal little informant in my head, kind of telling me about the trail and giving me some stories.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think that, honestly, having the headsets and everyone getting to go at their own pace and sort of just not really having to worry about not hearing it or anything. You could set it to your own volume. It was amazing. And I loved the way he would point out areas on the farm. And, at one point at the end of the story, the third one, he pointed out the Coyote Rock in front of us, and I thought that was just an amazing connection, and it was really nice to see.
Yeah, it was it's a very unique experience. My headset was a little delayed, so while you were hearing about the Coyote Rock and pointing to it at me, I was still kind of getting to that part of the story. So you're throwing me a finger. I'm like, what is she pointing at? Why is she pointing at a rock? And then it finally turns over to that. And I go, oh, isn't that just nifty? Personally for me, my favorite story was probably the second one with the owl. I thought, it was just very unique, especially always talking about how the owl, takes the kid, and then the kid still misses his family still misses him, so they reunite. And I used to get away from the owl, and he has to use what the owl's taught him against the owl, and takes away all his power. Just a very, it's a very powerful story. And then once we're through that, then he is able to relate it to his own, his own life, his own experience. It's very powerful.
I'd have to say my favorite story was definitely the first one. I just found it so endearing, and it was very funny hearing about how the coyote got the tree to fall in love with him.
Yeah, I thought it was very fun getting to hear him it's like he has this playfulness to him when he's speaking in these characters, and he's willing to just commit to it fully, which is just, it makes it such a more enjoyable experience. Okay, wipers, sprayers, and all crust all bayers. I'd like to just bless you. Thank you for sticking with us through this entire journey. And I wish you all a fantastic day.